Let me ask you something honest. How many times have you said, I will study English today? And then you didn't. Maybe you opened your phone. Maybe you watched one video. Maybe 2 hours disappeared and you don't even remember what you watched. That's not your fault. But today, that changes. My name is Zara, and this is Fluent Slowly, the place where you learn real, everyday English, slowly, clearly, and in a way that actually stays in your mind. Today's topic? Don't waste your time. And by the end of this episode, you will have 5 simple tips to use your time better, so your English grows every single day, even when you are busy. Let's go. First, let's understand the phrase. To waste time means you use your time on something that is not helpful and not important. But here is the key word, not helpful. That doesn't mean you can never have fun. Fun can be very helpful. Rest is helpful. Laughing is helpful. Wasting time is when you finish something and you feel empty. You feel like, why did I do that? I could have used that time better. Let me give you a picture. Imagine you have a water bottle. It's full. That water is your time for today. Now, if you slowly pour that water on the floor, not drinking it, not using it, it's gone. You can't get it back. That is wasting time. But if you drink that water, you feel refreshed. You grow stronger. You move forward. Your time is that water. Use it wisely. Now, here is the big question. How do you stop wasting time, especially when you are learning English? I have 5 tips, simple ones, with small stories so you remember them. Tip number 1, make a tiny plan. Think about your phone's GPS. When you open Google Maps, but you don't type any address, what happens? Nothing. You just sit there, or you drive in circles. But the moment you type one address, even a small one, the GPS says, turn here, go straight, arrive in 10 minutes. That's the power of a plan. Now, many English learners say, my goal is to improve my English. That sounds good, but it is too big, too vague. Vague means not clear, not specific. So instead, make a tiny plan, something small and clear, like, today I will learn 3 new words. Today I will listen to 10 minutes of English. Today I will read 5 sentences. That's it. Small, clear, possible. Here is my personal story. When I started learning, I told myself, I will study for 1 hour every day. It felt great on day 1. By day 3, I was tired. By day 5, I skipped. And then I felt guilty, and the guilt made me skip more. So I changed the plan. I said, 10 minutes. That's all I need to do. Some days I did more, but my promise to myself was just 10 minutes. And something amazing happened. I stopped being afraid to start because 10 minutes doesn't feel scary. Small, clear plan equals GPS for your day. You stop wandering. You stop wasting. Tip number 2, use your pocket time. Imagine your day is full of coins. Some coins are big, like a 1-hour block of free time. But most of your day, it's full of small coins. 5 minutes waiting for the bus, 7 minutes in a taxi, 3 minutes waiting for your coffee, 10 minutes at lunch alone. Most people take those small coins and throw them in the trash. They scroll, they swipe, they watch random videos. And after, they say, I have no time to study English. But you are going to be different. You are going to collect those small coins. Because here's the truth. 5 small coins of 5 minutes each is 25 minutes of English practice every single day without changing your schedule. I know a woman. She has 2 children and a full-time job. She is always busy. She told me once, I never have 1 full hour, but I have many small minutes. So she used them. 5 minutes walking to the bus, she listened to English. 10 minutes at lunch, she reviewed new words. 7 minutes before sleeping, she read a few sentences. After a few months, her English changed. She understood more. She spoke with more confidence. Those little coins became a big treasure. So ask yourself right now, where are my pocket times today? Tip number 3, make English fun. If English always feels like a punishment, your brain will run away from it. Think about a child playing outside. The child is learning so much. Balance, movement, language, social skills. But the child doesn't know that. The child just thinks, this is fun. That's the secret. When you enjoy something, your brain pays attention. It remembers. It wants more. So the question is, how do you make English feel like play, not work? Simple. Connect English to things you already love. Do you love music? Find a song in English. Print the words. We call them lyrics. Listen again and again. Circle new words. Try to sing along. Even in the shower. Nobody is listening. Just enjoy it. Do you love stories? Watch a short series or a film in English. Start with subtitles in your language. Then try English subtitles. After some time, you'll understand without reading at all, and you'll feel proud. That proud feeling, it's addictive. It makes you want to do more. Do you love cooking? Follow a recipe channel in English. Love football? Watch match highlights with English commentary. Love travel? Watch travel vlogs in English. The topic doesn't matter. The language does. And here is the most important thing. When you enjoy what you are watching or listening to, you are not wasting time. You are investing it. Tip number 4. Watch out for time thieves. A time thief is something that steals your time without giving you anything good in return. And the biggest time thief of our generation? The phone. Now, I'm not saying your phone is bad. Your phone is a powerful tool. But like any tool, if you use it without control, it controls you. Let me tell you what happened to me one evening. I sat on my bed. I just wanted to check one message. That was all. Then I saw a funny video. Then another one started automatically. Then I read a comment. Then a reply. Then another video. Then some news. When I finally put down my phone, I felt tired, a little sad, and empty inside. My brain was full of noise, but I had learned nothing. I had grown nothing. 40 minutes? Gone. Now, I'm not perfect. This still happens sometimes, but I made some small rules. When I study, my phone goes in another room. Not on silent, not face down, another room. I only check social media after I finish my small English plan. I turn off all notifications for 1 hour. Think of it like locking your door when you know there's a thief outside. You don't need to be angry at the thief. You just protect your house. When you protect your focus, you can do more in less time. And you feel something beautiful. Control. Control over your own time. Control over your own life. Tip number 5. And this one surprises many people. Rest is not wasting time. I need you to hear this clearly. If you try to study English every minute of every day, you will burn out. Your brain will stop working well, and you will actually learn less. Think about your phone battery. If you use your phone all day, never charging it, what happens? It dies. It shuts down. It stops working. You are the same. Your brain needs rest. Your body needs sleep. Your mind needs quiet time. I learned this the hard way. One night, I was working on something important. I was tired, but I pushed myself. I said, no, I must finish. I worked for 2 hours. The result was not good. I made many mistakes. My thinking was slow and foggy. The next morning, after a full night of sleep, I did the same work again, in 30 minutes, and it was much better. So sometimes sleeping is smarter than working. A walk outside is not lazy. It's charging your battery. Quiet time with a cup of tea is not wasting. It's preparing your mind to focus again. The goal is balance. Some time to study, some time to rest, some time to have fun. A little of each, every day. Now, let's slow down, because this is Fluent Slowly, and we make sure you understand every important word. Here are today's key words. Listen carefully. I'll say the word, explain it simply, and give you example sentences. Intentional. When you are intentional, you do something on purpose, not by accident. For example, I want to be more intentional with my English practice. She is very intentional about how she uses her evenings. Vague. Vague means not clear, too general, hard to follow. For example, my plan was vague, just study more, so I never knew what to do. Don't give a vague goal, make it specific. Pocket time. This is not in the dictionary, but it's a beautiful picture. Pocket time means those small pieces of free time hidden in your day. For example, I use my pocket time to review vocabulary. 5 minutes here and there, that's your pocket time. Don't throw it away. Distracted. When you are distracted, your attention is jumping to many things. You cannot focus. For example, I feel distracted when my phone is next to me. Notifications make me distracted when I study. Time thief. A time thief is something or someone that takes your time without giving you anything useful back. For example, social media is my biggest time thief. I turned off notifications. They were stealing my focus. Invest. To invest means to use time, money, or energy now to get something better in the future. For example, every minute you spend on English is an investment. You didn't waste this episode. You invested your time. Routine. Your routine is the normal order of things you do each day. For example, my morning routine is wake up, drink water, and listen to English for 10 minutes. A small study routine is better than a big one you can't keep. Balance. Balance means different parts of your life are in a healthy mix, not too much of one thing. For example, I want balance between English practice, work, and rest. Balance is not doing everything. It's doing the right things. Now, small challenge for you. Choose one of these words. Make your own sentence. Say it in your head or write it in the comments below. That is sending your English brain to the gym, one small rep at a time. Okay, you've listened, you've learned. Now, what do you do? Here are 4 steps you can start today, right now. Step 1, choose one tiny English goal for today. Not improve my English, something small and clear. I will learn 3 words. That's enough. Step 2, decide when you will do it. On the bus, during lunch, before bed. Pick a specific moment. Step 3, make it a little fun. Use a song, use a show, use this podcast. Enjoy the process. Step 4, after you finish, say something kind to yourself. Good job. I used my time well today. That one sentence changes how you feel about learning. You stop being your own enemy. You become your own coach.
Let's quickly go through our 5 tips one more time. Tip 1, make a tiny plan, like typing an address in your GPS. Tip 2, use your pocket time. Collect those small coins in your day. Tip 3, make English fun. Turn learning into play, not punishment. Tip 4, watch out for time thieves. Protect your focus like protecting your home. Tip 5, rest is not wasting. It's charging your battery for the next round. Your time is valuable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be a little better every single day. Even 10 good minutes of English practice, done with focus and intention, is worth more than 2 hours of distracted studying. I believe you can do this. Now, I have one question for you. What is one time thief in your life? And what is one small change you will make after listening today? Write your answer in the comments. Your answer might help someone else who is listening too. If this episode helped you, please like this video, subscribe to Fluent Slowly, and share it with one friend who wants to improve their English, but always says, I don't have time. Because now you know, you have more time than you think. This was Fluent Slowly. Until next time, go slowly, grow steadily, and be kind to yourself. See you in the next episode.